You have my ear, citizen.
Have mercy. Just one coin.
What you...
Were you able to stop Agomir? Then we can at last rest. I feared had he somehow bested you, I'd be next. It is fortunate that your skills exceeded his. I've come to some decisions. I intend to donate all of the money I have made, as well as what is left of these stolen items, to the temple. I also want you to know that I had a long discussion with Jensine, and I have decided to join the society. I realize you risked your life to give me a chance, and Thorinir never forgets things like that. Accept this ring as a humble reward. It's the least I can do to say thank you. Now, don't be a stranger. The copious coin purse is still in business. I needed some cash, so I went to see Jensine. I hope everyone can forgive me for not doing a better job checking up on my sources. I have disposed of all my ill-gotten merchandise and replaced it with more expensive but carefully obtained items. Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel. That's more than I'd usually pay. You're a fine... A fine... You're a fine negotiator. I appreciate... You've shown me mercy. I won't forget that. Thank you. It is good to see you again. You've shown me mercy. I won't... It is good to see... Can I interest you in some of my wares? Tell your... You've shown... Me mercy. I won't forget. It is good to see. May I interest you in some of my fine wares? An excellent bargain. You got a... A fine transaction. I appreciate... You've shown me mercy. I won't...
Ah, our newest member.
I have been anxiously awaiting your return. The very thought of what Agarmir was doing sickens me. I hope those poor souls rest in peace now that this is over. Well done! This shovel will certainly confirm Agarmir's crimes. Along with the manifest, it should prove useful to the City Watch. In your absence, Thorinir visited and we spoke at length about his role in this scheme. I believe him when he says he didn't know Agarmir's sources. He told me of his intentions to donate all of the money and inventory to the local temple. He also agreed to buy and sell merchandise at fair prices. Last but not least, he's officially joined the society. I am taken aback by his honest intentions. In return, the society has decided not to press charges. His name will be absconded from the records of this crime. Now, I'm sure you are waiting to hear about your reward. The society thanks you for everything you have done. Please, take this gold. Many thanks on behalf of all of us. I'm mature enough to admit I was mistaken about Thorinir. He's a welcome member of our group in the Market District. What can I interest you in? It's been a pleasure to... doing business with you.
Well now, you are an ambitious one, aren't you? I'm afraid I have no more contracts for you. Our time working together has come to an end. Instead, you must report to Ochiva here in the sanctuary. She will be providing all your contracts from now on and is waiting for you as we speak. Before you go, however, I intend to make good on an offer I made some time ago. As a vampire, I may pass my gift on to others as I see fit. You have served me well, and I choose now to extend that gift to you. Shall I use my dark powers and turn you into a vampire? Yes, I can understand your trepidation, for it is not every day one is invited to join the ranks of the undead, eh? If you ever change your mind, fear not. My offer will always be open. Simply return and speak to me about the dark gift, and we can proceed. Take care.
Ah, greetings. I have been waiting for you. As Vicente surely told you, your time working with him has come to an end. From now on, you will receive all assignments directly from me. In fact, your next contract is available now. In the Imperial City, there lives a high elf who must be removed from existence. Finding this person may prove challenging. Are you interested? I knew you wouldn't be able to resist. Your target is a high elf named Phalion. He lives somewhere in the Imperial City and fancies long walks. Unfortunately, that's all we know. We don't know which district he calls home, which establishments he frequents, or anything about his schedule. This contract will require a bit of detective work. I suggest you speak to your fellow brothers and sisters and see if they can offer any advice. Ah, yes, there is one more thing. The Imperial City is also home to an Imperial Legion captain named Adamus Philida. Do you know who that is? Quite. Then you know he has dedicated his life to eradicating the Dark Brotherhood, and doesn't appreciate when we operate within the Imperial City. When that happens, he tends to make our lives uncomfortable. Let's not give the good captain any reason to go poking around in our affairs, If possible, do away with Phalion someplace out of the way, definitely indoors with no other people around, a secure location with no witnesses. This will make it look like a simple murder. Philida will be none the wiser, and you'll receive a nice bonus. Now go, and may Sithis go with you.
there you are. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome to the family. I'd hug you, but Ochiva told me not to. I once saw Lucian deal with an insubordinate brother, someone who had broken the tenets. It took me a week to get the blood off my boots. Now this is what I'm talking about. You kill him up close, face to face, and you still get the bonus. I wish all the contracts were like that. Happy hunting, my sister.
Four of the night watch and all's well. Wish I was in bed, ma'am. The Kvatch Oblivion gate has been closed. Move along.
Yes? Valian? Yes, I know who he is, but I'm not really in the habit of discussing such things with strangers. I'm listening. For me? Thanks. Valian, you say? Why, yes, I know who he is. Rather distasteful fellow, actually. I believe he lives at the Tiber Septim Hotel. That's in the Talos Plaza district, here in the Imperial City. I'd ask around there if I were you. A little food and drink will do you some good. You bought... I let that... About play. Tell your farewell.
I can see you're a kind soul, gentle lady.
Don't pay attention to those rumors. There is no such thing as a thieves' guild.
The grey fox is just a thief the watch hasn't caught yet. Thank you, kind lady. Blessings of Akatosh upon ye.
Speak. You have my ear, citizen. Surius Afranius, I am a guard for Umbacano. A bit eccentric, loves old things. He's practically got a museum upstairs, but he'd never let anybody else see it. Oh, no. A gray fox sounds like a dangerous thief. Goodbye.
Welcome, friend, to the Tiber Septim Hotel. I am Augusta Aledia, your hostess. Yes, I know who Phalion is. Know quite a bit about him, actually, but I probably shouldn't gossip. I mean, we hardly know each other. Yes, I know who... Yes? That will get you something. Phalion? Oh, I know him all right. A waste of life, that one. He lives here, you know, with his sweetheart, a trainer. What that poor girl sees in him, I'll never know. A trainer pays for their room, their food, everything. She's quite wealthy, I believe. Phalion used to have money. Used to be quite a gentleman, too. But that was before he took a fancy to the, you know, the Skooma. Now Phalion's hardly ever here. He's off using Skooma or wandering the city looking for some, I imagine. He comes back every night to be with a trainer, but only for a few hours, I swear. That high elf is going to wind up dead if he keeps living like this. Be seeing you.
Yes, my lady. How may I help you? Phalion? He's my sweet, my true love. But I don't know why I'm telling this to you. I mean, we hardly know each other and all. What? Thank you. How kind. Please, I don't mean to get emotional, but I feel I can trust you. I just don't know what to do about Phalion. All he thinks about, all he cares about is Skooma. He was a fine young man once, but he's lost everything. His looks, his money, his self-respect. I followed him a few times to see where he goes. He walks around the city looking for Skooma. And then he goes to Lorkmir's house for several hours. It's in the Elfin Gardens district. I think the house is deserted. That's why he goes there, so he can escape from life and do his Skooma. Thank you for listening. You're a good friend. I just hope my sweet Phalion can clean himself up, or that awful Skooma will be the death of him.
Bye.
What is it, citizen?
What is it now? Areldil, we don't have any business, do we? Then perhaps, will you excuse me? Say what you're going to say. See? Was that hard? Phalion, you say? Why, yes, I know who he is. Rather distasteful fellow, actually. I believe he lives at the Tiber Septim Hotel. I do believe that establishment is right here in the Talos Plaza district. I'm not in the habit of answering questions for straight... Samuel Bantian used to be a wild one. They say he used to be quite the locksmith. Good day.
It fills my heart. Ah, dear friend, may I steal a moment of your time? I have a rather delicate situation I was hoping you could help me with. This is a personal matter, and will have no bearing on your standing within the Dark Brotherhood. Would you like to hear more? I find your decision most agreeable. Now the details. Far south of here, on the southern end of Cyrodiil, lies a swamp called Bogwater. Hiding in that swamp, you will find an Argonian shadowscale named Scartail. Kill this renegade, and bring me his heart as proof of the deed. I do so love pursuing a contract in the Imperial City, the alleys. May you walk always in the shadow.
The high elf Phalion now swims in the maelstrom of darkness at the feet of our dread father, Sithis, and there were no witnesses to your handiwork. Because of the discretion you exercised, Captain Philida will not suspect the Dark Brotherhood was involved and will not meddle in our affairs. Here is your reward and bonus. Both have been well earned. Go now and rest, and may the Night Mother guard your dreams. I have another contract when you're ready, one that will rely on your ability to remain fully undetected. Far to the west, there lives a fierce warlord and his company of loyal mercenaries. Your target is the warlord. Do you accept this contract? Excellent. Now listen closely. Nestled in the mountains to the west lies Fort Such. It is the home of the warlord Roderick and his mercenaries. Roderick has recently taken ill. He now lies in eternal slumber, kept alive only by the daily administration of a powerful medicine. You must infiltrate Fort Such, find Roderick's medicine, and replace it with a poisoned bottle I will provide, but you must remain undetected. Whomever arranged this contract wants it to look like Roderick died from his illness, so discretion is essential. Attack no one. Be seen by no one. If you are detected, the poisoning will fail, and Roderick must be killed in some other manner. That will, of course, forfeit your bonus.